Hi, I'm Allie with PotomacBeads, and in this Better Beader episode, I'm going to introduce to you one of the newest products that we're carrying, which are the Miyuki Delicas in the size 15-0. We have 11s and we have 8s, but this is our first introduction to size 15. We listened to our customers, you asked for them, so we've got them in. I wanted to go over the difference between the Delica 15 as well as the regular Miyuki rounded 15 seed bead, and also compare the 11-0 Delica to the 15. Talk about the advantages of the 15-0 Delica and also why you're going to love them. So the first thing that you're going to notice about the Delica beads are how much of a tubular shape they look like. I have here regular rounded 15-0 Miyuki seed beads. I have the Delicas in the 15-0, and then I have the Delica in the 11-0. Unlike a rounded seed bead, the Delica is going to have more of a nice sharp edge. So you can see the rounded seed bead here in the 15 versus the Delica. The Delica, if you're not looking at it, almost even looks like a square rather than a cylinder bead. I have on my needle now an 15-0 seed bead, a 15-0 Delica, or the 11-0 Delica bead. You can see the size difference between them. When it comes to the 15-0 Delica beads, they are going to be approximately 1.3 millimeter by 1 millimeter. So they're much more narrow when it comes to it versus the regular seed bead. The regular 15-0 seed bead is 1.3 by 1.5 millimeter, 1.5 by 1.3. So when you're talking about how many of these beads are in a gram, in a 15-0 seed bead, you're going to get approximately 250 beads per gram. In the 15-0 Delica bead, you're going to get approximately 350 beads. Because of their production and those nice thin walls, you're going to get up to a 0.7 millimeter hole in the Delica bead. The regular Delica is going to have a 0.8 millimeter hole when you're working with it. Most of the time you're working with the 15-0 Delicas, you're doing so because you want more of a pattern or more slightly smaller with a lot more detail. The 15-0 is going to be just enough smaller than the 11-0 to have that happen. If you take a peyote pattern that is about 2 inches wide in the regular Delicas, you're going to decrease it by about 1/3 of an inch, switching to the regular 15-0 Delicas. Because there are so many in a gram, we're actually selling them in tubes of 5.5 grams. So unlike the Delicas and the 15s, which are sold in 8-gram tubes, the 15-0 Delicas are going to be sold in a smaller quantity just to keep the cost down and because it's a lot of beads in that tiny little tube. So keep in mind when you're looking at the different beads, there are going to be the classification of whether or not a Delica is a seed bead. A Delica, in fact, is a seed bead. But a seed bead is not necessarily a Delica. I know that's a little confusing, something to think about. Delica beads have their own shape and style. So yes, they are a seed bead, but they are individually a Delica bead. A regular rounded Rochelle or regular seed bead is going to have a little bit more of that rounded effect. You can really see it with the 11-0 versus the 15-0, and even then with that Delica there on the needle. The Delica is going to give you a chance to get much tighter when it comes to your Rivoli bezels, as well as much more detail if you are doing a cute patterned peyote. You can do a cute patterned peyote and have it be a little bit smaller if you don't think you're going to go crazy picking up all these little tiny 15-0s. The 15 Delicas are kind of a missing link in our seed bead line, and we're really excited to bring them to our shop. For your online bead shop here at PotomacBeads, we're starting to carry the first 100 colors of the Miyuki 15s. We are then going to be adding in the next 100 colors. Something to keep in mind when looking at 15 Delicas, 11 Delicas, 15 and 11 seed beads. The numbers and the amount that Miyuki manufactures is going to reduce drastically from the 11 to the 15. So in their 1,200 Delica colors that they produce in the Miyuki brand, they're only producing really about 200 to 300 of the 15-0 Delicas. We have our chance to get 200, that's what we're going to get. So as we add to the lines, you want to keep in mind when you're trying to match up colors exactly, they may not be manufactured in the 15 if they are manufactured in the 11. The same holds true for the regular seed beads in the 11 and the 15, and then also going up to the 8. Your 11 is going to be kind of your standard size, and then your selection when it comes to 15s and 8s is going to reduce on the scale because Miyuki just doesn't produce that many of those sizes. I'm super excited to start to get working with the 15.0 Delicas and to show you the progress and all of the different examples in the videos to come. If you are wondering about checking out some 15.0s and you want to get your hand on some, check out the links below to shop with us online at PotomacBeads.com. Remember, you can also comment below the video. You can hit that little subscribe button if you haven't already. And hopefully this information has an opportunity to make you a better beader. I know I wasn't sure the exact size of the 15.0 Delica before doing this video. It's hard to keep in mind exactly how much points of a millimeter there is a difference between the different beads. I am super excited also for you to comment below, share some of your favorite ideas with the 15.0 Delicas, and also ask any questions, offer advice, and really build up that beading community. As always, if you have somebody that was looking for 15.0 Delicas or you'd like to share this with, go ahead and share this video. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully this helps to make you a little bit more informed and a little bit of a better beader. Enjoy learning and using your new 15.0 Delica beads.